Got your cup of tea, mate.
Cup of tea.
Got your cup of tea, mate.
Tea.
Hi, I'm Eric the Red.
I'm Rickshaw Tom.
And this
is News for the Caffeinated.
Now, you might be asking yourself right now, why am I looking at 3 people instead of the usual 2?
How long has he been sitting there? Just long enough.
Just long enough to not say anything. All right, so we have a bit of a special installment of News for the Caffeinated coming at you today. It's also, we regret and humbly have to inform you that this will be our last News for the Caffeinated performed or provided or recorded from where we are right now. You're not going to know a difference. But basically, me and Rickshaw bought a house, and we are in the process of moving there, and this is our last hurrah in this studio.
Nice little adult brag.
And, yes. Yes.
Pomona! Yes.
Not that they helped us with this at all.
Ha.
So, in doing this, we, I don't know where I was going with that.
I think we're going to go back to retro here.
Yeah. So speaking of retro, things you used to enjoy when you were in high school, stuff like that. What we have to bring to you today is a product and a person that we used to enjoy in high school. This is our...
that we used to enjoy in high school.
Old here.
This is going to look so weird on the green screen,
I realize that. But anyway, this is our friend Matt.
Out from the green screen.
This is our friend Matt the Lumberjack. He used to accompany us back on our radio days every once in a while, and now he is back again to work with us on this throwback Surge-Tastic
to news
episode.
Some caffeine.
That makes me feel even older. Throwback.
Yeah.
Why does that make you feel old? Never mind.
So, in any case, Surge, life's a scream. There was a huge campaign on social media a couple of years ago to bring back Surge and make Coke realize that all of the knockoffs that they've been pumping out over the years, that each one of them failed, was just a poor substitute for what the people really wanted, which is Surge.
Were there even any knockoffs? I hadn't even noticed.
Let's see, there was Vault, and they keep trying to force Mellow Yellow down our throats. And
literally.
And it was never quite the same as Surge. I don't know if it's just a nostalgia bug, but I mean, we've been sitting on these for 5-6 days now, and I swear on all the caffeine we hold holy that while I purchased these 5 days ago, I withheld the temptation. I did not open one. I did not taste one. So I have still yet to have this drink since they discontinued it back in the late 90s.
I remember that Surge was my go-to. I'm getting tired at this at the grocery store I worked at drink, and there was just something about it that made me feel pleasant. And now I know it's probably the caffeine.
I remember when it first came out, there was a bunch of parents that were happy they put it in the machines at school because Surge has vitamin C.
Does it?
And kids love it. And they didn't quite realize that the vitamin C was vitamin caffeine.
And vitamin C.
Yeah, but like...
Oh, wait, there isn't vitamin C. Not a significant source. I should learn to read the entire sentence before I say something.
Well, let's go over the ingredient list first to see what's in it exactly.
You're going to read the entire ingredient list?
I'll just scan through it.
Yeah,
for
we'll just scan through. I mean, carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, maltodextrin, citric acid.
Boring.
Natural flavors. Well, there's your vitamin C, orange juice concentrate.
And where does that fall on the list? Oh, right after natural flavors.
Potassium benzoate.
That's bad.
Yeah. Potassium citrate, caffeine. Why is caffeine so low on the list?
Well, if we look at the caffeine content, because they do this now, they didn't do it back in the day, we were informed that this can has 69 milligrams of caffeine in it. So by today's standards, this is not an energy drink. This is just a soda.
But it is a highly caffeinated soda.
It is. It has more caffeine than your standard colas and whatnot. I'm not sure where it stands against Mountain Dew.
The average cup of coffee, though, is, 80 milligrams
200 milligrams for a cup of drip coffee.
200
or a shot of espresso.
Why did I always think it was 80?
It depends on how strongly it's brewed.
Okay.
But that's really the benchmark.
So a cup of coffee actually has less caffeine than Monster? Or more caffeine than Monster?
It depends on how it's brewed. But another thing that is worth noting is while they brought back Surge in its regular form, they did not bring back a diet version. We normally do the sugar-free, low-carb drinks on here because that's what we drink.
Did they ever have a diet Surge?
They did.
They did?
But we were making an exception for this one, you know, and if something interesting comes up, we'll make exceptions. We just normally, personally, choose to, you know, go with the lower sugar, lower carb drinks.
Maybe it's just instinct for me, but like I keep reaching for the tab. Like I really want something to drink. He's still talking. He's still talking. I want to drink it. I want to drink it.
All right, well, we've talked about it, so let's go ahead. On 3.
3. Cheers.
Cheers. 2. To nostalgia.
To Surge.
Wipes the screen.
That's the main thing I remember.
Good health.
We have 2 more cans. I was thirsty, and it's good.
What year is this?
It's
Well,
orange
let's see.
here.
There's a Clinton running for office. A Jurassic Park movie was in the box office and was ranked #1 for a while.
A new Terminator movie.
New Terminator movie. The Broncos were in the Super Bowl. So
There was a Bush running for office.
yeah, there was Bush running for office.
And
so
Donald Trump is getting a lot of attention.
So is it like 1997?
Yeah, I think so. This is a lot more orangey than I remember it
It is,
being.
and it's not quite as strongly flavored. I get is what I don't know. I'm not saying that in a bad sense, but it's a subdued, subtle citrus flavor.
You know, I think there's a reason for that. I don't know if I don't think they actually changed the flavor to it. I think it's because we're so used to such punch-you-in-the-mouth hole flavors from our energy drinks that just drinking a soda is like...
It's like,
feels,
yeah,
it's
and?
like it's watered
Yeah,
down.
and?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're used to bigger, stronger, harder, faster things.
It isn't in a bad way, though.
No, this is good. If this wasn't full sugar, you know, I could casually see myself drinking it.
Yeah, be still my pounding
Also, if I didn't have to
diabetes.
drive 200 miles to a store that had one. So
Where did you get these?
I found these near Lake George,
Lake George?
over in New York, where Great Escape is. So we're across the border in Vermont, 165 miles away, something like that.
Yeah.
And how many did you buy? Are
Uh,
these all of them?
I bought 6 and I sold one to a roommate. So he got to try it and we didn't.
that
But he liked it.
dick.
So
Wait, he not had Surge before?
no, I mean he's
Okay, so
it
he
was
got
Tim.
to try it.
He's
Yeah.
You know, he's like, oh my god, is that Surge?
Such nostalgia. He's got a Bobby's World tattoo just over his junk.
So yeah, a citrusy,
flavored
delicious,
soda.
and it doesn't taste full sugar. That's I think is worth noting.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's got kind of a bitterness to it. It's like biting into an orange, but
I wouldn't
Yeah.
go. I wouldn't go that far.
no. Well, okay, fine. It's more like Orangina, that watered down
Yes.
orangey soda-ish kind
The
of thing.
flavor's definitely orange, but it's not like this is orange. It's orange.
It's like somebody squeezed an orange into some Orangina, so slightly more orange, but it's not a bottle of Slice.
I just can't wait till we chroma key this.
Floating words.
Ooh, Green Man's here.
Green It's not often we do just a soda on this show.
No, we
either.
don't. Maybe we should do a strictly soda episode. Just like we still have that request to do a overall encompassing coffee and tea from our friend Josh in Connecticut. And yes, Josh, we hear you. We'll do it. We just...
Whoa. This is news to me.
I thought I told you this like months ago.
I might have been drunk. I do not remember this conversation. If it was like past midnight, well, then it's probably mostly because I was tired too.
Okay, well, scores. This is going to be an interesting one to score, I think, based on
It's a
where
good
we stand
soda.
palate-wise. And do we put it on the same sliding scale that we used for energy drinks?
I don't. I mean,
'Cause,
I don't
com-
want it to be rated the same.
Because I mean, we rate on such.
like how
it's
well
such a
the
different
caffeine
scale, I think.
flavor is masked and the overall flavor
The
of the drink.
medicinalness and the bitterness, and this was never designed to take any of that into account.
And sometimes I just go with how it makes me feel overall, which, Matt, you just made me feel a little disgusted. Just a little. But,
How did I do that?
That was me.
Apparently I need more caffeine. I'm
So I was like, wait,
so
what did I do?
The headphones threw me off because it's all going into the same ear, and it seemed to be going into this ear, so I assumed it was you.
Nah.
Well, if you let me chug this a little bit, I can,
I'm good.
Well.
It's cool.
In any case, maybe we should consider it. Maybe we should consider entirely a different soda category than an energy drink category in terms of scoring.
Well, then we might as well give this a 10 for the base. No, it's not.
We're gonna charge out the gate with a perfect 10. Nothing will top this.
Until next time.
So if you start off at 10, does that mean you get to crank it to 11 if you find something even better?
Well,
Well,
we
I-
could adjust the scale and
I
then
wouldn't
make
give this a
10
10 though.
louder. No, neither would I.
I would let this fall on a solid 7, honestly.
Yeah, I'd say 7.5.
It's better than most orange sodas I'd have, so I would go with an 8.
Because, I mean, at least my interpretation of this scale is a 5 is you're looking at the shelves, you're like, what do I want? I don't know what I want. Yeah, I'll drink that. Like, it's not something like, I could take it or leave it. It's, I could drink that. That's how I'm considering a 5 in this scale. So a 7 is if I see it on the shelf, yeah, it's a Surge. I'll have a Surge right now.
Oh, that's your 7? Are you comparing this to, like, orange sodas or just
sodas in general. If I'm in the mood for a citrus
Okay.
soda and it's available, I might go for it.
You may be
But it depends on if I want to make that exception and drink a full sugar soda.
okay.
So that's kind of where I'm breaking there.
I'm kind of you're actually talking me into making this a unanimous 7 all around the board because there's other sodas that I
What,
like
what
a
does
lot
Matt
more.
have to say?
Well, I said it was around a 7,
Oh,
7.5.
wow. We have a unanimous. So Surge comes in,
Now we do.
screaming back into the 21st century at a solid 7, which on this scale is good. Is good. So, if you find it, purchase, enjoy, tag the photos on Facebook. The Surge movement is still going because Surge isn't available everywhere yet. It's still in, I believe it's
will
considered
be.
limited markets, but it's getting there. It's 99 cents for a 16-ounce can.
And you only bought 6.
Well, we still have 2 more.
That's true.
So,
Give it an hour.
in keeping with this throwback theme, me and Matt the Lumberjack actually collaborated on something behind Rickshaw's back, and we have something that we'd like to bring back into his life, a little blast from the past
I'm very confused.
that I am presenting here in a magic sack, which will be chroma keyed out of the picture, so that you can't really see what it is. But it's something
It'll
that
look like you're just pulling it out of the air.
it's something
I
that
like it.
that we will nearly or dearly.
Oh my God!
remember.
Tell me if this is what I think it is.
So
It
back
might
in,
not be.
so back in the
that.
day,
I don't think it is. It looks like a can.
So back in the day when there used to be Ozfests, one year, one of the worst drinks we ever had sponsored the festival, and we drank so much free, nasty Stacker 2 energy
This is not happening. What year?
in multiple flavors.
Oh God!
We have Pounding Punch and Kickin' Classic.
This is the stuff.
Stacker 2.
This is the company that made YJ Stinger.
Yes.
Yes. You're stacking the stackers on the Surge. Surge stacked Stingers.
So these are still on the
Suddenly slammed down the side of. I don't know. I lost the alliteration.
Family Dollar.
God. That's
And-
not even good enough for Big Lots.
Now,
And on the plus side, though, they have not yet expired. So,
Best Buy 7/18.
yeah, so who knows when the hell they were canned, but I guess, if you're going to survive a nuclear war and fallout, you'll still be able to drink your Stacker 2 years into the process.
I think the bee pollen helped to preserve it. Does this one have bee pollen in the flavor listings? Dude.
Not in this one.
At least it's
let me
got
say it.
taurine, blah, 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 blah. Oh, wait, I'm reading the warning. What the heck is it contains?
Here. Yeah.
Other ingredients.
All right, we are limited to 20 minutes. We're in our last 5
Yeah,
minutes.
it
So,
does not look like this one has bee pollen in it.
oh well. I guess it's not the stinger, but it's still a stacker too. Well,
All right.
be my guest, Tom. Be my guest.
It's purple. I like purple.
Wait. What kind is this?
Pound and punch.
Pound and punch.
You normally take such big swigs. What happened?
I got full on surge. Maybe it's because we've had so many bad energy drinks over the years, with the Von Douche and I don't remember there ever being a Pounding Punch YJ Stinger or a Stacker 2.
Well, I don't really remember what they called them anyway.
I do remember that they were absolutely awful and detestable, and that there was a hell of an aftertaste. But the punch flavor is doing a good job of either masking that, or maybe this one is just better than those ones.
This has an overall red to purple Kool-Aid flavor with a dollar store plastic finish. There's a plasticky finish.
It's not so much a flavor as a feeling of the coating of the mouth and throat. Like you drank a candle.
Like it just makes you want to do that thing when you give a dog peanut butter.
All right, I think we might have figured out what the awful one here.
Okay.
This is the Kickin' Classic.
Kickin' Classic.
All right, go for it, Matt.
I was always like, ah. So here, let me. Yup.
Is it stinging?
Just how you like it.
It stings my nose a little. I can definitely taste the old orange peel and gym socks that we used to have.
Well,
the gym socks you
here,
used to
I'll
have?
try this one because you tried the other one first.
Okay. I'll have some more surge.
Yeah, see?
I'll watch the surge. I'll watch the stacker I taste out of my mouth with surge.
You know, they say scent is the strongest sense tied to memory, and I'm inclined to believe it.
What do you remember?
Oh, God.
Say?
Down to the last 2.5 minutes.
That is coiling. Oh. Jesus, I can't even open my eyes. I'm turning into Tom.
That was like center of the
Ooh,
palate.
wee.
It's not orange peel. It's like moldy raspberries.
Some sort of citrus.
Raspberries aren't citrus.
They could be.
Oh.
Maybe in Stacker 2 universe, raspberries are citrus, and men walk on their hands. I need more Surge.
Oh, it's an overpowering
Oh,
sour
this even makes the Surge taste bad. Oh, man. It cancels out the citrus.
It makes everything taste sad.
Oh. Well, I thought this would be a fun thing to bring, and it was kind of fun.
A little fun. At least we've got something.
How long have we found? Oh my God! I know why we didn't buy this anymore.
So that Pounding Punch on the energy drink scale, I'm going to give the Pounding Punch a 3.5. This I'm going to give a whopping 1.
A whopping 1?
Because I swear I've tasted worse things, but that is going to be a tough act to follow.
I'm trying to find how much caffeine is in this, but they probably don't list
Well,
it.
you do your scale and I'll look for caffeine.
I'm feeling a little bit more generous because I do remember Clamato and Von Dutch energy drinks, so I'm going to go with a 3. I'm going to go with a 3 on the raspberry one because as much as there was a terrible aftertaste to it, then the berries are, it's not the best berry flavor, but it's not the worst, and the punch I'm going to give a 3.5. Yeah, that's right.
All right, so what do you think, Matt?
Let's say the classic, I'd have to give that about a 2. I have tasted some stuff that's worse than that, but no, that's pretty god awful. The Pound and Punch, I'd probably give that about a 4, 4.5.
All right, so We're all pretty much in the same ballpark. Okay, so as our time is pretty much running out, we're going to wrap it up real quick. Pick up some Surge if you see it on the shelves. It got a unanimous 7 from us on the soda scale. Feel free to like our page. Please subscribe to our page. Put any comments you have down below. Feel free to like us on Facebook. It's facebook.com/newsforthecaffeinated. I am Eric the Red.
I'm Rickshaw Tom.
And I'm Matt the Lumberjack.
And this has been News for the Caffeinated. We're at 2010.